Another zone defense that I've recently come up with that I like to use is from the dime flat formation, and the play is going to be the 4 deep safe. Now right here, I'm using the linebacker pass rush package just so that I can get some faster personnel in. And right now, I'm trying to get Jenkins in, just make the Packers personnel a little faster. So, if you have slow defensive ends like the Packers do, linebacker pass rush package is definitely something you want to use. Alright, so in the bench swap, now the way I like to set this play up is I like to show blitz, and both of the defenders in the flats, I'm going to put them in purples. Now, right here, you have a couple different options. The way I typically like to do it, though, is the player that is on one of the DNs. If we're going against shotgun and, got the running back to the right, I'll generally put that DN in the flat. But I'm going to put one of the DNs in the flat. It just kind of depends upon the formation, which one I do. Then the opposite defensive end, I'm going to spy. And then if I spy the left DN, I'm going to spy the right DT. Now, if I was to spy the right DN, then I'd spy the left DT. So it just kind of depends. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is coverage audible up on the right analog stick to move the zones to the sidelines. Here, what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to look to manually use this middle linebacker in the hook zone. Now, again, this is a really good D for defending the phase throws that so many people are in love with. So with two smart right corner routes, again, you see that, they're really defended excellently. And right there, as you see, I wasn't even clicking on the user defender. I was clicking on the offensive guy trying to make the throw. But, there really was, because the thing is, with this defense, it's going to force the face throws to occur further downfield because the purple zones are going to take them away up to like 15, 20 yards. Then, once you start getting 25, 30 yards, then the ball is going to be in the air much, much, much longer. So you're going to have a much easier job to click on the DB and be able to strafe up to potentially, break the route up. So let's go ahead and look at this. If I'm user defending this, I'm clicking on Woodson and I'm strafing up and, I'm breaking that pass up. As is, it's a drop pick. So you see that basically with the purples over here, the way this defense lines up is unique because the DBs in the deep zones are further back and the purple zones are lined up almost as if they're the guy that's checking the player. And what I typically like to do is I'll come out in a man D, I'll come out in the dime DB strike or whatever, man DB strike, and then audible to this because it kind of looks similar. It looks pretty much the same when you show blitz. So they're not even going to realize that you audible to a zone. And again, this is kind of similar to the 4-6 bear one, but it's a little bit different. But the idea is the same in that it's a good defense to defend people who face throw, which is really got to be the most annoying thing to deal with in this year's Madden. And like I said, I've had a lot more success lately using zone to defend these than man. And the thing about this D is why I really like the cover 4 is if they're going to do this on both sides, or potentially, have two smarter right corners and then two slots running streak routes, you're going to have coverage on every single one of them since it's a cover 4. Neither of the slot streaks are open here. They're both covered. So are these. The purples are going to defend the rocket catch slant outs as well. And, the spies, like I said, those are going to defend the rollout, scramble, and also drags coming over the middle. Then you got a flat just for good measure. So, very, very solid D. Pretty much no holes in it as far as the pass game is concerned. Definitely want to have strong, defensive tackles so you can get a good rush, like, Seymour, guys like that are very, very good one-man pass rush. So it's definitely a play that I would recommend, using, especially if you're using the dime flat a good bit. Again, the dime flat is in a lot of the defensive playbooks this year, but I personally still, prefer to use it with the 4-6 defensive playbook because it allows you to audible down to the 4-6 bear. So I definitely add this into your game plan, and you should see good results.